Do you guys see this? This is a struggle with glasses. Ring lights, y'all. You can see reflections. It's probably also why whenever I wear glasses and sunglasses, people are like, hey, look at me. You know what I mean? Hola, buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? How are you? How are you, everybody? I am in a blank room right now. It's dark outside. It's nighttime, but we will pretend it's daytime. You know, we'll pretend that I've been still put together and out for the day, when in reality I just put on my hoops just to make it look like somewhat of an appearance. I'm so tempted to take my glasses off because legit you can just see the ring light. Oh my goodness. 1 second. Is this better? Anyways, y'all are just gonna have to deal. There we go. So today's topic that I want to talk about with us adoptees, everyone, all of you guys that are adopted, especially my point of view personally from third world country, but I guess now that I think about it, it could even be from vice versa. It doesn't have to be just us amazing, beautiful brown skinned people entering into a white family, but it could also be opposite. And let me know if any of you guys are adopted and you are white descendant that lives into a cultured, colored descendant family. That'd actually be so... I just think every person's story is just so interesting and beautiful. But I wanted to do a little video. I don't know if it's just a venting or wondering if it was similar with you guys out there, because I realized something within me when it comes to body image, when it came to finding my self-confidence, when it came to learning how to love myself, as far as accepting myself around my surroundabouts, regardless of the surroundabouts. And what I mean by that is, long story short, hello, brown skin, can y'all tell? Living and growing up in a white community for a good 17, 18 years of my life. All it was being around white people. All my best friends, my family, they were all white. I obviously have my sister, but really that was just it. There really was no one else around me that really had any culture to them. And if they did, I barely knew them. So the community that I grew up in the city I grew up in, at the time, because I've definitely seen it's grown now, but at the time, really just stuck to the white community. And long story short, it's just so sad for me to think back then for so many years, looking at my photos. I was browsing through Facebook the other day and I just saw old photos of me and just thinking and seeing how sad for a little girl to have such body issues, to never have felt confident, to always dreamed of being a skinny stick of what I saw, and just skinny and little and thin, for that to be the only way for you to be loved, for someone to want you, for someone to like you, for you to be accepted, to even have friends. How sad and messed up of a situation is that? And that's something that I never ever want my future generation and all of you guys and everyone around me and myself still to go through. But I feel like for my situation, a huge reason why I always wanted to be like that was because that was the surroundabouts that was around me. Everyone there, obviously, a white descendant versus a Guatemalan descendant, very different genes. Very different. I'm short. I like to call slim thick. I'm curvy. I'm long, dark brown hair. Which, by the way, this is totally dark brown. So many people have declared that it's black. Y'all, hello. I think I would know my own hair. Yeah. Yes, you. That one time. I remember. Dark brown, not black. I have all the different, completely different characteristics than of a white person. And I just remember growing up and seeing all of my white friends being so thin, being so little, and also being very tall as well, which also, that's always what I saw. And even from middle school to high school, I just saw all the guys, a lot of them were all, they wanted to stick with their own kind, is the only way I can put it. Now bear with me, I really am just speaking from my personal opinion, from my personal story. So maybe I didn't fully look at the whole picture, but for sure my experience is the best I can give. But I feel like all of the white people, and especially white men, they wanted to stick with their own kind, which was tall, slim, white, or even if it wasn't tall or slim, just white, or short hair, or curly hair, or makeup, all of this stuff. And having to do and playing sports, being on the lacrosse team, being in the rugby team, being in choir, everything. And I feel like a lot of the appearance of everyone around me is what caused a self-identity crisis and figuring out who I am. And I just remember, and this is how messed up it was. And I can't believe I'm honestly sharing this already so soon, but ever since I was little, any wish jar, any wish I could make on the cake, any time I could feel like I could make a wish or dream or pray about something, I always prayed and dreamed and hoped to one day be skinny. Be skinny so that I can find a boyfriend. Be skinny so that I can be loved, or I can be approved, or I can be accepted into the friend groups, or accepted into just life and people. And taller as well. And now, growing up, I know I'm still so young, but growing up and seeing how much that has affected my life, to this day where I'm still learning how to forgive myself for the past and let go of the past and evolve from the past, and I am not the past. And learning to love myself for who I am now and my size. I for sure, for the past years and stuff, since 2015, and maybe like a couple years before, have definitely fallen in love with my skin. Like, oof, I love my brown skin. Love it. But as far as height-wise and body shape-wise, I always thought my hips were so extreme for me. Now coming to realize it's just part of my genetic, and I love it. I think it's beautiful, and I genuinely love the woman that I am. So I guess I have a question for any of you adoptees is, do you feel like your adoption family and the environment that you were placed into has changed or developed your sense of style, your sense of taste, your confidence, your body image, on thinking that what you grew up around is what you needed to look like, what you needed to be, versus instead of finding your inner Latino self or wherever you're from, finding the inner cultured self and letting that shine out into your adopted community. Because I for sure remember growing up, I would always have people say, compliment on how much they loved my hair, how long and beautiful it was, and to never cut it. And while I still can't ever get myself to cut it short, it's too beautiful. I for sure know that I've had my moments, and people definitely come up to me and tell me about my my brown skin and just my looks, and I loved it. And I thinking back to this day, and I still receive compliments like that, and I cherish it. I never take any of that for granted, and I genuinely appreciate it. But I do know for sure back in the day, that little compliment wasn't enough for me to still learn how to accept the body that I was placed in, accept the style that I had. Because quite frankly, I had no style at all. For 5 years, I was in charter school, and you had to wear polos and khaki pants or black pants, and yeah, style just washes out from that. So yeah, I just want to know if any of you guys have experienced that, what your guys' thoughts and feelings were, what was your story, how much you have grown and developed from it, or if you feel like you're feeling that right now. If you feel like you're feeling that right now and feeling out of place or feeling stuck or feeling insecure or feeling unconfident or not being able to love yourself for who you are, let me open your eyes and right now for a life lesson. You need to stop. You need to stop, and this goes to anyone. Do not compare. Do not compare yourself to anyone else, because you were given, you were placed, your spirit was placed into the body that you have now for a reason. The body and the beautiful human that you are is meant to be you, and to be here and to help others and spread that lesson to other people. So if you feel like you need to be one way, then that's you not being someone, that's not you being true to yourself. Take a few steps back, look at yourself in the mirror, look at your surroundabouts, look at who you are, look at what you love, your passions, your excitements, your hobbies, your intelligence, your knowledge, everything you have, and learn how to shine all of that outwards to everyone else and be of that difference, and just be yourself and love yourself. Because the older you get, life is not about the body image. It's not about the outer image. It's not about what you look like, what you're wearing. All of that stuff is great and amazing, and I still love spotlighting all of that. It really is, as cliche as it sounds, about what's on the inside, because what sparks you up and what lights you up and what makes you feel happy. And for example, for me, it's videos like this, which is even if one or two people, I can't speak, one or two people are watching this, that's sufficient for me. But it's about doing all those things inside of you that just lights you up and loves, and sharing it outwards, being able to relate to others. Because a part of me was hesitant on making this video, this kind of random video, but I just kept feeling pushed to put it out there, feeling pushed. So, thank you for listening to my little talk, rant. I honestly, at the end of the day, don't know what this video was, but it's just been on my mind a lot lately, just looking at old photos, looking at the past, and just seeing that beautiful Guatemalan Kayla. And knowing the confidence and knowing the beauty and knowing the potential and the heart and the feelings that she carried, but yet she didn't know she had at that time, because what she saw from her outer perspective led her to believe that she wasn't enough. And that is something I never, ever, ever, like I said from the beginning, want to put on my future generation, on my future children, on my fellow friends and family right now, as well as you guys right now too, and still to myself. Because at the end of the day, man, woman, you are so incredible. You are so freaking beautiful, so incredibly stunning and handsome from inside to and out. It's not just about the looks. At the end of the day, it's about the heart that you have, and your actions will show. So don't play the part. Be the part. Be yourself. Well, I am gonna go. I feel like these little ring lights make me look like I have those like little mini spectacle. Yeah, makes me feel like I have those little spectacle glasses just right here, or I'm like double reading something. Anyways, thank you guys. Gracias. Muchas gracias for being here, tuning in, listening. I love you guys. Te quiero mucho. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night. Good night. Not goodbye, but for me, it's good night because I'm about to go to bed. But Good night and goodbye. Adios.